Hey, welcome to you. All right, so I'm getting an image and a kind of scene in from spirit, and I wasn't planning on doing a tarot reading today, but then this message came through pretty strongly, so I figured I would hop on. But here's what they're showing me. So right now I'm seeing in this scene from spirit, they're showing me almost like an image here of like looking up at the sky, and we're seeing an airplane in this sky. Now, it's not like one of those like commercial airplanes. It's kind of one of the ones, it looks like it's probably like a private airplane, or it kind of has, yeah, one of those smaller ones that you'd normally see, but that's actually what this looks like. So it's in the sky. It's kind of like you can kind of see it. It's not so high up you can't see it, but it's definitely like viewable from where you are. And I see you standing on the ground just looking up at this plane. Okay, and it's interesting because this plane, it's like a clear blue sky, it's a very clear day, and the plane's up here and it's doing like kind of like loops in the sky, or doing like things that look really fun. And I just see you kind of watching this happen and watching what this plane is doing. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. But it's also interesting because in the same scene, it's like all of a sudden spirit showing this plane just moving kind of like horizontally, and suddenly there's a banner that appears behind the plane, almost like, I don't know if you've seen any of the planes in the skies with like the banners, but that's what it looks like right now. So that's what I'm seeing. And there's a message on the banner that spirit is being very specific. It says, try it on. So try it on. Now, I don't know what that means. I'm seeing try it on, and then for someone specifically, there's a palm tree on this banner as well. So that's very specific to someone. Okay, but it's really interesting. It says try it on after doing all these kind of loops in the sky, and then out of this plane, at the same time you're reading this banner, we're watching someone like jump out of the plane as if to skydive. And so you're kind of just watching this sort of like, I don't know, it's a bit uninhibited of an energy here. It's just like flying, this airplane's flying in the sky. Now we have this banner that's like, you know, try it on. We have this person like, you know, jumping out. Looks like, you know, they're having a good time possibly, but I just see someone skydiving out of the plane. And so that feels really important. Now, when I'm asking spirit, like, what is this about? They're saying we're going to get into it with the tarot card, so that's what we're going to do now. But there's something a little bit, like I said, uninhibited about this energy that I really like. And it's almost like, I don't know, with try it on, that feels like an invitation to something. I just don't know what. So let's go a little bit deeper. All right, let's go a little deeper into this message. This one. Okay, I want to understand this scene a little bit more, so let's get into it. I have a oracle deck right now, so let's get into this. Spirit, what else do we need to see about this scene? This card. Okay, is that right? Okay, and they're saying it's both upright and reverse, but here's the card. Yeah, it says pine tree, it says vitality, longevity, perseverance. That's interesting. I feel like this is that right? It feels like this is something you haven't tried in a while. Something you haven't tried in a while. That's where this is coming out in reverse. It's almost like it's been, almost like the longevity here is coming through. It's like it has been a long time since you've just tried it on, and I don't know what it is yet, but we're gonna get into that. But that's what it feels like with this. And I feel like there is, with the perseverance on this card, there's something here around like spirit wanting you to persevere, but wanting you to actually like, I'm hearing see it through. See it through, whatever it is. Okay, so this is really interesting. Spirit, can you get a little more information on this? Okay, do you want to remember what's going on? Okay, so they want to talk about very quickly what's going well within this energy, and then we're going to get really into this. We're going to go deeper into this. So if you feel like this resonates with you so far, just keep on watching. If for any reason it doesn't, like, no worries at all. Feel free to check out another reading I have up on my channel right now, which may be more resonant for you right now. All right, so Spirit, what is going well? The Chariot. Yeah, try it on. That's what they just keep saying. It's almost like there's an energy here with the Chariot of like wanting you to see it through, to move forward, to persevere. Again, the Chariot is a card. This is linked in with Cancer. Okay, this is a card for Cancer typically. But it is, as you can see, like the Chariot here, it's moving forward in kind of like full force. So there's an energy here wanting you to put your full energy into whatever this thing is and to go after it with kind of a freedom that I don't think you've done before or have experienced before. Oh, I really like that energy. That's exactly what this feels like. Another card? Do you have another card? This card? Two of Cups. That's interesting. Is that right? Yeah, for someone, this is definitely coming in with as a relationship. For someone, this is definitely coming in with as a relationship, but one that feels like there's some sort of alignment here. So that feels kind of clear. I feel like there's a little bit more to say on that though. I don't have the full picture. It doesn't have to be for all of you. The other thing that's coming through with the Two of Cups, it's almost like seeing a different side of yourself. That's how this is also coming through here as well, because the Two of Cups can kind of speak to like different aspects of yourself or parts of yourself. It doesn't have to be around relationships, although it can speak to connections of any type, okay? But it's coming through as like seeing a different side of yourself, like I said, that you haven't seen in a long time. I'm seeing now they're showing the kind of like snakes and the wings like rising out of this cup. It's almost like you hadn't seen that this was in the cups before. Okay. Wow, I really like that. There's a lot of complexity coming in with this Two of Cups. Can we clarify that? Okay, hold on. I want to clarify this a little bit more because that feels really loaded. This Two of Cups feels loaded. Okay, can we get a little more on the Two of Cups? What is the Two of Cups about? This card. Six of Wands. Is this upright? Yeah, Six of Wands. It's coming through as sort of an experience of success that you haven't felt before. You haven't experienced before. Now, for some of you, this could be within a connection. This could be within a relationship. But for most of you, this is actually speaking to a part of yourself. Okay, and again, ultimately, like connections and relationships should just be an outflowing of the relationship we have with ourselves, right? Because that's ultimately where this is going. But it does feel like there's some element of yourself that's been undiscovered, that's connected in with this Six of Wands. Okay, I'm also noticing there are other people on this card too. Again, really speaking to that Two of Cups, kind of connections, collaborations, partnership, parts of self, all of that's encapsulated in both of these cards and in this energy. But it feels like the level of success that you haven't experienced before, maybe because part of it was you weren't in connection, in healthy connections is what I'm hearing. Okay, Queen of Cups, yeah, Queen of Cups. Yep, this is coming through as like, yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, there's some good cards here. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, upright in reverse. That's exactly it. Okay. So it's like, I'm loving this energy. I'm loving this energy. I mean, for us to get the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, which I read the Queens as the highest form of the court cards in my matrifocal style of reading tarot. Okay. This is coming through as like a deep level of like success in terms of how you feel materially grounded within yourself, as well as how you like actually sense yourself. There's a better way to say that. Hold on. There's a better way to say that. It's like how you feel within yourself. Yes, that's how I would say that. How you feel within yourself. It just feels different. And I feel like for whatever reason, there's something here that feels like they're saying try it on. Like there's some sort of opportunity to do that here. To feel this sort of Six of Cups, which feels like both within yourself as well as potentially in connection and relationship to others. It feels very clear to me from Spirit that both are needed. Okay, and that's what brings you into the success within both of these energies that you're looking for. It feels very stable. It feels emotionally stable. It feels like grounded within self. It may also feel somewhat materially stable in whatever dimension that applies to. So it just feels really grounded. There's something really grounded about this energy that I like. Okay. So someone's jumping out of the plane to skydive, and it just feels like this is something new for you, or something, like I said, you're kind of watching this scene happen, and I feel like there are some things that are almost like stirring you into action with this Chariot card. Stirring you into action, almost like the act of seeing someone else go after it or do it is almost like spurring you into wanting to do it yourself or do it in your own way, right? Do it in your own way. But it's almost like giving you some sort of, the word that's coming through is inspiration. Oh, I like that. I like that. So this feels very, yeah, inspired is a word I would use for this, especially coming out with the Queen of Cups. It feels inspired. This card. Oh, I like it. We have patience, we have inner peace, we have self-control. This is coming out reverse. Okay. So I actually like how this is coming out. I was talking about, when I opened this reading, I was talking about the energy of being uninhibited. So this is coming out in reverse, almost like you've been playing it small, could be a way we could say that. You've been almost like kind of restricting yourself from going after whatever it seems it might be fun for you, might be something new, might be a new experience, kind of like, again, jumping out of the airplane or being in the airplane and doing loops in the sky. Okay, but it's coming through as like, the word I want to use here is reserved. It feels very reserved, and I feel like parts of this are being done consciously. There are parts of this, like you see the moon here, parts of this, again, you're not seeing, like with this eye, okay, in reverse. Parts of this that are coming through subconsciously, that you're kind of like restricting yourself to almost like known pathways, or restricting yourself to known activities or actions, or even things you want to do, okay? It's like you've kind of placed yourself in some sort of kind of box here. You kind of boxed yourself in, and Spirit is trying through this reading to almost like give you the inspiration to go after the things you actually want to do. Okay, yeah, that feels really strong here. I really like that. Do you want this deck? Hold on, they have another card in this one deck. Hold on. What else do you have to say, Spirit? Yeah, there's another layer to this. Hold on. This card? Oh, this one. What does this say? The portal, access to the infinite. Whoa, I've never seen this card before. Look how cool this is. Oh, wow, that is so cool. That's exactly it. It's like access to the infinite is coming through as like the possibilities are endless. The potential is endless. It's just a matter of, I almost see you as, I really love this portal because it's coming through as like an opening in this box, this kind of like walled in space you've had yourself in, and it's almost inviting you to something new. Do you see the moon peeking through here? Do you see that? Yes, that's exactly it. It's inviting you into the unknown, which I feel like, again, is what you're almost seeing. It's almost like you're seeing through this portal to the airplane in the sky and the skydivers and the banner that's saying try it on, and it has you intrigued. Yeah, and Spirit is saying you can step through this portal at any time, actually. And I feel like for whatever reason, it feels like there's an opening right now for something that you've been wanting to do, to go after. I don't know if it's like a goal or a dream, or even if it's something small you've been wanting to do. It almost feels like it's just the energy of like, kind of like the skydiver, like jumping into something new. I won't be surprised if we get the Fool card while we're here. This card, Six of Cups. Six of Cups in reverse. Is this coming through also as new? Okay, so the Six of Cups is usually a card that speaks to the past. The way it's coming out in reverse is almost like there's a couple of things coming through from Spirit. One being that this experience you're going into, assuming you take the portal or walk through the portal, this is something that doesn't have to be, and it in no way means it needs to be what you've been through in the past, okay? So even if that is potentially like around entering a new connection, a new relationship, if that is, again, a new experience of any kind, doesn't have to be within that kind of dynamic, okay? It just feels like, again, Spirit is trying to say what you've been through in the past is not a roadmap of where you're going, okay? Of where you're going, yeah. And so they're really trying to say with the Six of Cups in reverse, don't allow sort of the past struggles, I'm hearing, challenges, obstacles, constraints, the ones you've been putting on yourself, don't allow those to stop you, because I get the sense whatever's on the other side of this, you're gonna really like stepping through this portal. But again, I sense the amount of like, it's almost like you've been stopping yourself from going after something you deeply want. And I feel like, especially with that moon energy that I'm seeing thread through this reading, it feels like on a soul level, something you really deeply want. But there's something blocking this. What's been making this hard, Spirit? What's been making this a little difficult for whoever's watching this to either like see this portal or step through this portal into the infinite possibilities for their lives or for this moment? What is it? Do you want this card? Five of Cups. Yeah, this is confirming what I was saying, the kind of what I was saying with this like Six of Cups energy. The Five of Cups, Six of Cups energy is coming through as like past upsets, past traumas, past challenges and struggles. And some of it right now is coming through as like what hasn't been healed yet as well. Okay, but this is keeping you blocked, potentially unbeknownst to you. I actually feel like mostly unbeknownst to you. I don't think you understand that you've been like almost putting yourself in a box. Okay, keeping yourself reserved. Okay, but that feels like it's all, I'm hearing emanating from within you, actually. It actually has nothing to do with what's outside of you. So that feels really strong. Do you want to say a little bit more about this block? You definitely do. Yeah, the Tower. The Tower. You've been through something really hard. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like it really like, I'm hearing turned your world upside down in a lot of ways. And it's made it very difficult for you to trust what's through this portal. What could potentially be on the other side, the potential that is here for you. Okay, but it's made it very difficult for you to trust that because of what you've been through, which feels very strong with this Tower card. Okay, so for some of you, the Tower energy is still present. For some of you, this was in the past, okay? Some of you are still recovering from this. Some of you are still in this energy. But regardless, Spirit wants you to see this opening, wants you to see this portal, this doorway. Okay, yes, that feels correct. What else do you have to say? Let's go a little deeper into that, Spirit. What is this Tower about? What's the mistrust or I don't know if you have recommendations. What else do you have to say here, Spirit? What about this Tower? I'm hearing it doesn't define you. Yeah, okay. Yep. This one? Yeah. Okay. So they gave you 2 cards. They gave you salt. Okay. It says protection, banishing negativity. Yeah. So this is coming through as like the salt line you've put around yourself, similar to like the box or the walled in place I'm talking about that you're in right now. Again, kind of keeping it small or keeping yourself constricted. Spirit is trying to say here, apologies, that's my pen. Just knocked my pen over. Spirit is trying to say here, interesting, that again, it's almost like you've kind of walled yourself off in an effort not to feel. Really take that in an effort not to feel, good or bad, up or down, right or wrong, doesn't matter, in an effort not to feel, because I think there's such a like not wanting to go back to that place. There's almost been a boundary that's been created. And it's almost like Spirit wants you to heal this and almost take this water and dissolve it. Because actually you are protected is definitely part of it. But also this metaphorical salt line you've put around yourself is actually keeping you from being able to step into the portal, into something else, to trying something new, right? And like there's an acknowledgement here that of course, if you just need to stay within this salt line, that there's no wrong answer here, okay? You can't get your life wrong. Okay, so if you need to stay in the salt line because that's how you feel most, I don't want to say safe, because it's very clear from Spirit, like you're not particularly safe here, okay? I don't think it feels good, okay? But if you need to stay in that sort of like numbness, it's coming through as like a numbness. If you need to stay in that numbness, then that's okay too. There's no, again, no wrong answer, but Spirit is trying to like say and offer you something else on the other side here. But it does require you to kind of actively see the barriers, boundaries that you've placed on yourself, okay? This the metaphorical salt line, and for you to start moving through healing it and dissolving it, because what's on the other side of this is the autumn energy. It's like they're almost dropping me into this scene and I'm seeing the plane like fly through this sky now, okay? And this card says bounty and balance. Yeah, all of this is possible. Again, that's coming in very connected and with that 2 of Cups energy, because the 2s, it's coming through right now as like an energy of emotional balance, spiritual balance, some sort of like equilibrium or recalibration, recalibrating the understanding that as you move forward in your life, this is always opportunity for something new, for something fresh, for something different than what you've been through before in the past. Okay, and again, this is coming in, these 2 energies are coming in linked. This is actually in reverse, but these 2 are coming in linked, okay? Yeah, so again, what you've been through doesn't have to be for always, but it does feel like there's stuff that's still like ungrieved, unhealed, that's keeping you still within this kind of salt line, this salt boundary. Yeah, and Spirit really wants to bring you into the bounty and balance and abundance and everything that's represented in that card. Okay, so I feel like that the point of this reading is for you to see where you are stuck, where you are currently unmovable within this salt line, where you've been looking outside and seeing the kind of fun and the other like options that are available for you out here, but where you've been stopping yourself, okay? And just wanting you to see it. At this point, they just want you to see it, to see where you are not flowing into your life and your life force and not living, and really just kind of in Again, that numbness, that fear, again with that moon energy very strong here, the fear of what's on the other side of that salt line that you've put up to protect yourself, but is actually keeping you restricted, is what I'm hearing, from experiencing all of what life has to offer. Okay, anything else, Spirit? All right, any other advice, recommendations? Okay, any other advice, recommendations? This card, Knight of Swords. There's an energy here, Knight of Swords in reverse, Knight of Swords upright. There's an energy here of don't let your mind, negative thoughts, thought loops, negativity stop you from exploring what possibilities are on the other side. Okay, that feels really strong. Yeah, the Hanged Man. Don't let it stop you, because right now it has been. The Hanged Man is what's within this salt line. This is you. There's a numbness. There's a stuck. There's a stillness, but not a calm stillness. It's a very like there's a shakiness. There's a sort of like I can't move out of this because I'm afraid what's on the other side, because I know what I've been through in the past, and I know that sucked. And I don't want to go through that again, but Spirit's saying again, it doesn't have to be this, but it does require you like unstick yourself from this, okay? And to really, you can do that by seeing it clearly. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles, that's what's on the other side. Okay, well, that is great. Ten of Pentacles is one of the best cards in tarot. It speaks to all the things you want are on the other side of moving out of this salt line and through the portal. But you won't know until you try, but you have to try, okay? Try it on. That's what they're saying. All right, so great. Let's go ahead. I hope this has been helpful for you. We're gonna move into a final oracle card. Okay, we're gonna move into a final oracle card, and then I'm gonna read from the guidebook. All right, ready? This card. What's this one? Ooh, very nice. Okay, it says the sacred waters. Is it? These are coming through as healing waters from Spirit. Oh, I really like this. The sacred waters. Nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, self-care. I love that. This almost feels like a recommendation as you're, it's almost like, wasn't he talking about dissolving the salt line with water? That's what this is. It's almost like, because the salt line is usually used in like sacred rituals, right? So this is coming through with the sacred waters. It's like the sacred waters that will dissolve this salt line so you can get out of this, I'm hearing self-imprisonment you've placed yourself in. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this. The sacred waters. Yeah, and to be clear from Spirit, like again, you didn't do that on purpose. You've obviously been through things that, you know, have made you feel like this was necessary. But Spirit's saying it's safe now to soften. It's safe now for you to start moving towards something better. All right, and I'm getting angel number 3 for you, if you want to look that up. I don't think I've read this one before. I'm getting all these new cards this week. All right, so the sacred waters are the life-giving mother of us all. Her healing waters replenish us and give us life. We're made up of her. Like the rose, we need her waters to survive and thrive. We must drop our roots deep to receive the nourishment we so deeply need, to appreciate, protect, and honor the very thing that we take for granted. The mother of the sacred waters delivers the message to slow down and take care of yourself, particularly your body, to prioritize your well-being and live in a way that's sustainable. She reminds us to replenish and nourish ourselves and take care of our health all the time, not just when we feel unbalanced. You're being called to nourish and replenish yourself before you become brittle and parched. The mother of the sacred waters wants you to know that there's nothing more important in your life than the care of your own sacred vessel of a body, and the earth is an extension of that. She wants you to treat yourself with tender care, to cherish your body and hers, to fill your well until it spills over, and once it does, to find a way to give back from this place of plenty, to give your body what it's yearning for most before it turns into an urgent need. And the soul inquiry is, what is your body yearning for? That's beautiful. So this is interesting. I got a few things from Spirit here as I was reading that. Yeah, there's the line in here is, she reminds us to replenish and nourish ourselves and take care of our health all the time, not just when we feel imbalanced. There's something here around for a few of you. Here's what they're saying. For a few of you, like, this step is going to be necessary first before you can dissolve the salt line. Like, you're actually just like really out of balance and actually need to like nourish yourself. So that way you then can see the salt line and see the portal, okay? Because it feels like there's an element here of burnout, which I believe is why the palm tree came through at the beginning, because someone maybe needs a vacation or needs some sort of rest or relaxation. That feels really, really clear here to me for someone. Okay, so that feels like part of it. The other part of it is, this is coming through. The sacred waters is not just the sacred waters to dissolve the salt line, which means it does mean going through the process of nourishing yourself. It also means grieving anything you need to. But what's coming through importantly is this sacred waters is coming in with an energy of feeling again. Feeling again. Okay, just like we were talking about with that Queen of Cups, okay, of getting out of that sort of numbness that has been here and has felt very present and has been present through this reading as well. Okay, so Spirit really wants you to get back into the flow of feeling and the flow of your life again. All right, so I hope this reading has been helpful for you. Yeah, if this reading found you in good time and you feel like it's resonating with you, just give me a like. That lets me know that this was timely, okay? If you feel like this reading is resonant for you, and if this tarot channel feels resonant for you, feel free to go ahead and subscribe. If you are someone who is actively working on your healing journey and you're interested in having, a personal reading with me, definitely feel free to check that out in the description box below. But I also have a Patreon subscription membership where I do weekly readings for a smaller group and a smaller collective that's attuned to your energy as you all are going through your healing, especially if you're doing any sort of like shadow work or root work, then definitely feel free to check that out. I have that in the description box below. But yeah, I hope this message found you right where you needed it, and right in time, and right in the places and crevices of your soul and spirit that needed it as well. But I will see you at our next reading. All right, thanks for joining me. Bye for now.